Welcome back to Make Sports Easy. We're going to have our reactions to week 4 of the college football season, 2024 season. And once again, here at Make Sports Easy, we're here to make sports more simple for you to understand, easier for you to enjoy, and just fun all around. We're just here to talk sports. And if there's anything you want to learn, we'll be your resource for that when it comes to the sport of football, branching out into basketball and baseball, soccer later on. We're just taking these little steps to grow the channel and grow this product for you to enjoy and be able to use as a tool and a resource. Let's get into it. Week 4. So we always do 4 things because football, 4 quarters, you got 4 downs. So we're going to keep it to those parameters and give it to you straight, give it to you quick. So let's start with USC and Michigan. This weekend, a lot of teams started their conference schedules with the realignment and the new teams and the new conferences. This was a big weekend. And one of the biggest games and one of the biggest stadiums that we have to offer here in America that holds over 100,000 people. The USC Trojans took a trip up to Michigan in Ann Arbor, and they got to see what Big Blue was all about. Now, there was a little bit of hesitancy about that team up in Michigan, trying to figure out the quarterback situation. They didn't look good when they faced the top opponent earlier in the year. So how would they respond? Well, they responded by running the ball down USC's throat. Now, USC did respond, and it was a close game down to the end. USC took the lead. Michigan decided to stick to their guns and run the ball, and they ended up winning in a very tough matchup. So it was good to see USC from the Pac-12 matching up with the likes of a Michigan. Even though they lost a lot of players to the NFL draft, they still showed themselves to be a stout team, willing to be physical and welcome USC into the Big Ten. Now we'll move on to the SEC. And we'll talk about 2 things in particular. One of them kind of off the radar. Vandy has a pretty good team this year. They're looking pretty legit, and legit from a competitive standpoint. I'm not saying that they're going to make the playoffs. They're not going to compete for the SEC championship. These are not things we're talking about. Vandy has had a history of not being a program that has a lot of prestige to it. Great scholastically, not so much athletically in the sport of football. Baseball is another discussion. But in football, they have always struggled and kind of been a doormat or an easy win that people could write on their schedule. This year is not the year. Vandy is going to upset somebody who is not expecting an upset. Not many people are expecting an upset when it happens, but more so when you play Vandy, it's like, they might be tough for a little while, but overall, we'll knock them down and knock them out. So they had a very tough game that they should have at least extended, if not won, against a top 10 ranked Missouri team who have since dropped out of the top 10. So with that being said, look out if you are a team in the SEC and you have Vandy on your schedule. And if you're a part of the team and staff, you always say, hey, the next game is the biggest game. Do not overlook Vandy or you'll be sitting there with people rushing the field, especially if you go into their home field. Now, since we were talking about new teams going into new conferences, let's talk about Tennessee and Oklahoma, as Oklahoma had their SEC opener. And boy, was it an opener. Wow. Tennessee is who we thought they were, and they have room to grow. They went into Norman against a team who's trying to find themselves in Oklahoma, but they showed themselves to be not just an offensively explosive team with Nico back there at quarterback, but also a team that is more than willing and able to play defense and stop another team from doing what it is that they want to do. So Tennessee is not a pretender, definitely a contender in the SEC. Everybody was looking at even Oklahoma, but because they were the lowest ranked undefeated team at the time at 15 last week. But you had your Georgias, your Alabamas, all those teams. Can't leave out Texas. Everybody's looking at them. No one was really like Tennessee was like, oh, they'll be a good team. Might be a little better than good as the year progresses. Look for them or Ole Miss to make some strides and compete to make it to Atlanta for the SEC championship game. And we're going to round this out with the 4th thing that we learned this week. Colorado is the most entertaining football team that I have watched this year. Not entertaining from a standpoint that they play great or elite at certain things. They are in the pass game, and their skill talent is out this roof. But they ran the ball pretty good. Baylor played a great game. It looks like they're going to run away with it. And then Colorado sticks to the plan, get some turnovers late, and they actually win that game in a miraculous fashion. I don't think that's hyperbole, since the play that they tied the game on is called a Hail Mary. So it will be interesting to see how they fare for the rest of the season. I did think this last year before the season started, until the games kind of came in, and I was like, oh, that might have been a little bit jumping the gun. But I see them making their first bowl game, and God knows when. So I would implore you to watch them. Enjoy. People are going to watch whether they like them or they don't. So it is you're seeing a generational talent, point blank period, in Travis Hunter. I said I was going to hold my opinion on that until later, but I feel like you can't deny it now. People were underselling his ability to play offense and defense in football, which is an old school kind of approach, but he's doing it at an elite level on both sides of the field. I've thought that since his time at Jackson State, but it's now more evident than ever. So for all those who are saying that he can't, I think he would say keep talking, because it's just nothing but give him a little more fuel. And Shedeur really stood up to the task and stood in there maybe a little bit longer than he should have on some plays, but they made the necessary plays to get the dub. Get old Boulder Nation hype, and the Buffs rolled again, 3-1. First game back in the Big 12 and doing something historic that hadn't been done since Cordell Stewart got it done back in the day. So with that being said, I can't wait to get on the preview for next week. These are our reactions for week 4. Once again, this is Make Sports Easy. Like, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. Hit that little bell. You get notified when we do our videos. And we're going to do a wide range. We're going to stick to football right now, and we'll spread out and sprinkle a little here and there. Got football, got baseball postseason coming up as well. And so excited for October, because we get all the sports. Everything starts in October. So y'all get started. Y'all get ready and enjoy your week, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.